All right. So before we start to discuss one by one of the topics that I listed already here, it is a good idea if we discuss in a brief about the type of numbers, so you can uh, bear in your mind what kind of number that we are going to discuss when we are talking about number theory. So we start with the first one. It calls whole numbers. So this is not something new, definitely you should know already some of the terminology that we are going to use in here. So whole numbers, this is a simply numbers like starting with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So it's the numbers without any fraction. So numbers like 1/2 or 3.75 or 2.87. So all of this is not considered as whole numbers. Okay, so you imagine all the numbers like the one that we highlight over here. So starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on like that. So this is we agreed that this is the whole number we call. And then the next one, let us get to know about counting numbers. So counting numbers is the whole numbers but without 0. So we start with 1 instead of start with 0 as the whole number, because this is counting numbers. When you count, then you start count with 0. You cannot count 0 like that. So when you do counting, you will start with 1 and then 2 and then 3 and 4 and so on. So that's what we meant with counting numbers. So the difference between whole numbers and counting numbers is just that where we start. But the type of the typical of the numbers is the same without any fractions as well. Just that the whole number we start with 0, but counting numbers we start with 1. So you understand that we cannot count 0, right? If you have been instructed to count the numbers of table in the class, so you will start with 1, 2, 3, and so on like that. You will not start with 0. And then the next one, let us get to know the meaning of natural numbers. So the natural numbers can mean either counting numbers or also whole numbers, depending on the subject. So because a different reference or different authors, they might have a different definitions about it. So natural numbers can be whole number. It can be whole numbers, but also can be the counting number. So it depends on the subject where we use the terminology. All right. So the examples, definitely you know, it can be 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on like that. The next one, we call integer numbers. So integers numbers are like whole numbers, but they also include negative numbers, but still no fraction. Okay, so integer numbers is like whole numbers, but here including positive and negative, and still with no fraction. So for integer numbers, we start with 0. To the right will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. To the left, that will be the negative -1, -2, and then -3, and -4, and so on there, like that. Okay, so integers number can be negative, then we call negative integers, and then can be positive, we call positive integers. Positive integer meaning starting from 0 to the right, so this is positive, and the other one, negative integer, will be from 0 to the left, and then including the 0 as well. Okay, including the 0 as well in here. Alright, but still the fractions will not including in the integers number, right? But some people have different definition. They can say that when we talk about whole numbers, negative can be included, meaning same like integer number, but some reference, when they say about whole number, then they only talk about all the positive numbers over there. Alright, but it doesn't matter because we're not specifically going to discuss about the whole number itself. Our discussions later on will be focused on all the lists that we already listed in here, which is not much affected with the definitions of the whole numbers, counting numbers, natural numbers, or integer numbers. So over here, because I just would like to introduce or remind you again, you should have this one already on your previous study about all of this whole number, counting, natural, integer, and so on. Also, there is another type of number we call prime numbers, but we are going to discuss about that later on the specific section, on the second section and the third section later on. So I'm not going to discuss that one in here yet. Okay, so now we are talking about the divisibility. Okay, so, or another terminology, they call divisible by. So this is just saying the same thing, is divisibility or divisible by. So it means when you divide one number by another, so the result is a whole number. Alright, so for example, we have 14 divisible by 7, because we know that 14 divided by 7, we can get exactly 2. So which is the 2 itself. The 2 in here is a whole number. So we call 14 is divisible by 7, or 7 is the divisor of 14. Different with, for example, 15. So 15 is not divisible by 7. Okay, I missed this one. Because if we try to divide 15 divided 7, we get 2 1 over 7, which is the 2 1 over 7 here is not a whole number, so it's not a whole number. While over here the 2 earlier is whole number. So when the result is a whole number, then we call that number is divisible by another number, or in a way, I can put this way, we call it A divisible by B if there is a R, okay, so that A equal to B times R. So if this is satisfied, then we said is A divisible by B with the constraints in here, or the comment here, the R itself must be a whole number. So R here must be a whole number. So when it is satisfied, then we call that A is divisible by B, and B is become the divisor of A. Okay. Now there are few rules about divisibility. These rules allow us to test if one number is divisible by another number without having much calculation. So we can check, there are rules that we can follow, so we can check immediately if a number is divisible by another number. Of the first one, for example, let is 7 to 3 divisible by 3. So how we can check this one immediately or with a quick count? Of course, if you are using your calculator, then you can check immediately whether 7 to 3 is divisible by 3. So if you get the result is a whole number, then you can say yes. If not, then it's not. But actually, by doing some trick in here, this trick, of course, later on become the rules of divisibility. We can know immediately whether 7 to 3 is divisible by 3. So what we can do is, of course, manually we can check by try dividing 7 to 3 by 3 and then check what is the result. But the one that we would like to introduce in here is the rule. If there is any rule that we don't need to do a complex calculations dividing 7 to 3 with 3, whether there is any rule that we can use to check whether 7 to 3 is divisible by 3. So what we can do is here by using what we call 3 rules. So the rules we call 3 rule. So what we can do is try to sum the whole 3 digit. So like, because we have number 7 to 3, so we can have 7 plus 2 plus 3. So the result will be 12. Now we get small number, easy for us to see if 12 divided by 3 is a whole number. Yes, the result is 4. So since the result here is 4, which is a whole number, so 4 is a whole numbers, then we tell that therefore 7 to 3 is divisible by 3. Okay, so as simple as that. We just need to total the 3 digits and then check whether the total of the 3 digits divided by 3 result to the whole number. If it is yes, then it is divisible by 3. So we can check. So if we do manual calculation, 723 divided by 3, so we have what? First we have 2, and then we have 6, and then 12 we have 4. For 12 we have that 0, then 3, then we get 241. Then 241 itself, this one is whole number. So the conclusions that we made in here is correct. We can try another number which is not visible by 3. For example, like 206, for example. So the question is 206 divisible by 3. Now again, definitely we can check with faster with calculator. We can check with calculator whether it resulting the whole numbers, but as we introduce in here, we can check with 3 rule. So 3 rule is by totaling the total of the 3 digit and then divide by 3. If the result is the whole number, meaning the number itself is divisible by 3. So since we have 206, so 206 meaning we have 2 plus 0 plus 6, then we have what? We have 8. Now the question is 8 divided by 3 is a whole number? Definitely no. The result will be 2 over 3. So this is not a whole number. So it means that 206 is not divisible by 3. Okay, we can try. So 206 divided by 3. So 2 cannot, we get 20. By 6 we have 16. So 16 times 3 we get 18. So minus we have 26. 26 with 3. The closest one we can get 8. 8 by 3, 24. Now here we already can see that we have 68 over 3. So clearly that 206 is not divisible by 3. So this is the first rule. This is the first rule about the divisibility rule. So we can try to total up the 3 digits in there, and then we'll see whether it is divisible by 3 or not. Okay, so let's just put it one by one. The divisibility rule. So divisibility rules. Okay, so first, any integer not fractions is divisible by 1. This one very clear, yeah. Any numbers which is not fractions, you can divide by 1 and you will get the whole number. So you can try any numbers. I don't think we need example for this one. The second one, the last digit even. So if the last digit even number is even, the last digit is even. Even meaning 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So if the last digit even number, then we can tell whether that number is even number or not an even number. So for example, if we have 2, 4, 6, and then we have 2, 4, 7. So among these two, definitely we know that 2, 4, 6, the 2, 4, 6 is an even number. So this is even. And then it will be divisible by even number as well. So it's divisible by an even number as well. For example, 2, 4, 6 divisible by 2, and we can check the rest whether it is also divisible by 4 or 6 and 8, like that. Okay, and then as earlier, the example we saw earlier, the sum of the digit is divisible by 3. This is what we call rule of 3. So the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. So if with this one, we can check whether that number is divisible by 3 or not. So as example, we try, for example, 381. The question is 381 is divisible by 3. So what we can do is just do a small trick, total up or sum of the digit 381, we get the total is 12. And then we know that 12 divided by 3, we can get whole number, which is 4. So with this one, 381, so with this one we can say that 381 is divisible by 3. Yes, like that. We can try another number. For example, is 271 divisible by 3? 271 is divisible by 3. So this one we can check. 2 plus 7 plus 1, we get 10. And 10 divided by 3, we have 1/3, which is not a whole number. So 271 divisible by 3, the answer will be no, like that. This is also known as rule of 3. So that's the third rules in the divisibility rules. The fourth one, the last 2 digits. Now instead of the whole 3 digit, the last 2 digits, from the last 2 digits are divisible by 4. So if it is divisible by 4, then we call that number is divisible by 4. So for examples, like number is 1312, for example. Is it divisible by 4? Divisible by 4. Of course, again we can check with calculator, but with small trick we can check by total of the first 2 digit. Okay, sorry, not the total of the first 2 digit, but the last 2 digit. Now the last 2 digit in 1312. Okay, so 1312. The last 2 digit is 12. Okay, and we know that 12 divided by 4, we can get what? 3. And 3 is a whole number. So meaning for this one is 1312 divisible by I missed the 4 here. Done, yeah. So the answer for this one is yes, like that. So not the total, yeah, we take the last 2 digit. Let's check another examples. For examples again, is 7019 divisible by 4? Yes or no? Yes or no? So again, we can check the last 2 digit. Now if we check 7019, the last 2 digit is 19, and the 19 itself, if we divide by 4, that will be 3/4, which is not a whole number. So that means that 7019 is not divisible by 4. So the answer here is no. The answer is no. Hold on, yeah. So meaning the one that I highlight is not correct. The one that without the highlight, let me just put it here. So no is the correct one over here. Okay, so that is the fourth rule. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next one, the next rules, number 5, the last digit 0 or 5. The last digit is 0 or 5. Let me just bring this one a little bit down, it's too close. So the last digit is 0 or 5. So we can tell whether the number is divisible by 5 or 0, like that. So for examples, we have numbers 175. So is it divisible by 5? We can see here the last digit is 5. So we can say that 175 is divisible by 5. Yes. And then with the last digit 0 also the same. But for example, like 809, is this divisible by 5? 809, the last digit here is 9, so it is not. So this one is no, like that. Okay, so far we already get divisible by the first one tadi even, and then 3, and then 4, and 5, like that. So we can check the number easily without we're not doing any much of calculations. The next rule, also there is a combinations of rules. For example, is even, is that number even, and is divisible by 3. So means it pass rule, or it pass rule number 1, and divisible by 3, rule number 3. So if a number pass the two rules, rule number 1 and number 3, we can also check. For examples like 114. Okay, using the first rule, we know that this number is even number because of the last digit is even. Now the next questions, is this number also divisible by 3? Then we can try to check with rule number 3. So 1 plus 1 plus 4 is equal to 6, and we know that 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2, which is a whole numbers. Okay, so then we can tell that 114 is even number, also divisible by 3. So this is a yes. So it's possible that one number can pass more than one divisibility rules, like this one, for example. Another example, we can track 308. Is 308 pass both rules, even and divisible by 3? We can check the first one. Is 8. 8 is even number, so 308 is also even number. The next question is whether it is divisible by 3 or not. So if we total 3 plus 0 plus 8, equal to 11. But 11 divided by 3 is 3 2/3. So this one definitely is not. Okay, it is even number but not divisible by 3. Okay, so it's clearly, as I mentioned earlier, there is a number that fulfill more than one rules about divisibility, but there is also numbers which only fulfill one rules in divisibility, like that. The next one, another rules is double the last digit, double the last digit and subtract it from a number made by the other digit. So the result must be divisible by 7. This is the result must be divisible by 7. Okay, so this is a very tricky numbers manipulations to check whether a number is divisible by 7 or not. So what we can do, we can try to double the last digit, and then let me use another one, subtract from a number made by the other digit. So we can check this. Examples, let's check whether 6 7 2 is divisible by 7 or not. Okay, so what we can do here, the first one said double the last digit. So double the last digit is 2. So if we double 2, we can get what? Double 2 is 4. And then subtract from a number made by the other digit, which is in this case 67. Let me highlight so you know which number we should take. Oops. This one. So if we do, you can get 67 minus 4, you get what? 63. Okay, and then exactly that 63 divided by 7, we get 9, and it's a whole number. So the answer is yes here. Okay, we can check another numbers. For example, another number, for example, 105. So double the last digit, which is 5, we got what? 10. And then we subtract with 10 minus 10, we got 0. And we know that 0 divided by 7, we got 0. So 0 is divisible by 7, which is yes. So the answer here also yes. Let's take or try another numbers like 905. So what we need to do, double 5 is 10. Okay, hold on. And then we have 90 minus 10, we got 80. And 80 divided by 7, this is 11 over 37. So here is no. The answer is no. Okay, next, divisible by 7. Next one, number 8. Now we can check whether the number is divisible by 8. So here the rule is the last 3 digits should be divisible by 8. The last 3 digits are divisible by 8 or not. Divisible by 8 or not. So for example, numbers let me check, 109816. Now, how do we know that this number is divisible by 8? Of course, we need to find out using calculator. But if we would like to check quickly, then what we need to check is the last 3 digits here, which is 816. Is 816 is divisible by 8? If it is, then the number 109816 is exactly divisible by 8. Okay, so 816 divided by 8, we get what's the number? 40. No, not 40. We got 102. So since 102 is a whole number, then 109816, yes, it is divisible by 8. Can try another number. For example, is 216302. Is it divisible by 8 or not? So we check again the last 3 digits, which is 302. Okay, 302 divided by 8. But here we have 37, 3/4. So this is not the whole number. So the number 216302 is not divisible by 8, like that. Okay, so that is to check whether the number is divisible by 8 or not. Next, divisible by 9. So what we can do is the sum of the digits is divisible by 9. So the sum of the digit is divisible by 9. For example, 1629. So is it divisible by 9 or not? So we check the sum of the digit, which is 1 plus 6 plus 2 plus 9. The result is 18. And we know that 18 is divisible by 9. We get what? 2. Okay, so this one is a yes. Another number we can check, for example, 2013. So 2013, you can check 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 3. We get 6. We get 6, and definitely 6 divided by 9 is not divisible. So I mean, it's not the whole number there, so this one will be no. Okay, and then which next one after 9, which number is divisible by 10? So the number ends with or in 0. So for example, this one quite easy, 330. Definitely this is divisible by 10, so this one is yes. But number like 221, this one definitely is a no. It's quite easy for divisible by 10 or not. You just need to check whether the n number is 0 or not. And then of course we can't have more divisible by 11, 12, 13 and so on. I mean, we can study how the manipulations can be made so that we can check easily whether that number is divisible or not. So this is what we call the divisibility rule. And then not also about divisibility, there is also rules about multiplications rule, additional rules, subtraction rule, or other rules in the mathematical operators over there. But as I mentioned, this is just to brief or to introduce it to you about divisibility. And as we already have up to 10, I guess it's enough. The rest you can try to search about it, what will be the rule of divisibility if we have another numbers over there. But there is also things that attract me. I'm not sure whether you, because I found this on one viral video. I'm not sure whether you get this video or not. This is about the trick in the time hours or on the clock, for example. So it like this. So we have and then we have like, so actually this one can have the similarity like this. So for example, if we try to do first subtraction, so 12 minus 6, we get 6. 11 minus 5, we get 6. 10 minus 4, we get 6. 9 minus 3, we get 6. And then 8 minus 2, we get 6. And then last 7 minus 1, we get 6. So this is just a trick of, again, this is a numbers theory, so it's the trick over there. Maybe you're not realizing it. As I said, maybe you didn't get that viral video, but I get, and it's really attract me to see this is actually what happening in the hours. Or there is also another one, few actually about this one, that we can see the relation. also we can let me try to remember what are another tricks in there. Hold on, like this, 13 additional 13 13 13 8 with 5 13 7 with 6 also 13, like that. Okay, so this is actually just play around with the numbers in the on the clock, something like that, because everything is actually similar, or they are homogeneous, like that. So I don't know, maybe you can try to find out the video and then see how they do the manipulations about the numbers in the and on the watch or on the clock, something like that. Okay, so again, as I mentioned, this is just to introduce to you about divisibility and divisibility rule. So you know already, divisibility or divisible by means when you divide one number uh, by another, the result is the whole number, that it means that number is divisible by all, like that. So this is, I wrote already the mathematical model. So A is divisible by B if there is R, so that A equal to B times R, and the R must be the whole number. So if the R is kept as the whole number, meaning A is divisible by B. Okay, so that is all about divisibility. So on the next video, we will try to talk about prime numbers and composite numbers, because this is also a little, it's kind of unique. So it's not whole, it's not counting, it's not natural, integer is included in the whole number, but there are very specific discussions about the prime numbers itself, the composite, and the prime factorization later on, which also helping us to do the GCD and with the Euclidean algorithms. Alright, so that's all. Stay tuned and continue to the next video. Thank you.